I'm Rocky Evans. I'm a three-time national skydiving champion and a three-time world champion skydiver. I've been skydiving for 47 years. I'm here to go on ahead and conduct an interview with Carl Daugherty. Carl Daugherty has more national gold medals and more world records than any skydiver on this planet. So I'd like to take this time to introduce to you Carl Daugherty.
Hi, my name's Carl Daugherty. I live here in DeLand, Florida on Lake Lindley, and we're about a mile away from Skydive DeLand. My favorite activities besides skydiving is wakeboarding. I worked for AT&T for 30 years, and when I retired, I moved here to DeLand, Florida. I am currently in a relationship with Annie Brawley. We have a child, IL, who's a real trooper. She had a kidney transplant when she was 2 years old and numerous other operations, and yet she remains in great spirits. You're probably wondering where I'm from. I'm from Deutschland. I'm from Germany. I was born there in 1945. In 55, my mother married an American GI named Daugherty. I changed my name from Karl-Heinz Risse to Carl Henry Daugherty and moved to the USA with my new family. I went to high school at Fort Knox, and I got drafted into the Army. My job was to be a test and evaluator on the Sheridan M551 Armored Reconnaissance Airborne Assault Vehicle. We took this particular vehicle down to Panama for a tropic trial in this C-130. While in Panama, I ran into a high school friend of mine who was a paratrooper, and he's the one responsible for talking me into skydiving. He said to wait until I got out of the Army, which I did. When I got out of the Army, I moved to Miami, Florida, where I ran into Mr. William R. Booth. Billy Booth was my first jump instructor. On November 13th, 1971, I made a static line jump out of a Cessna at Homestead, Florida. Billy Booth was on one of my first 10-way teams. In 1973, I went to the Nationals with the Hash team. And this is Billy Booth. That's me in the middle, Rodney Jensen, Bill Price, and a lot of other famous people. In 76, it was the largest parachute meet ever in the world, and Spotter magazine documented it. This year, 102 10-man teams entered, and Slots for Tots took first place in 10-man. Exodus was second, and Jerry Bird was third. 8-man slots, 16-man slots, and 20-man slots and Seagull. That was the peak performance at this meet. In 77, we won 3 out of the 4 events, as we did in 1978. This is the famous Z Hills 10-man team first place trophy. It's something our teams have won for several years. We won this trophy in 74, 75, 76, 77, and 1978. Back in 1984, on January 2nd, I received my accelerated free fall certificate, and this is to certify that Carl Daugherty has successfully completed a course to be a AFF jump master. I was one of the first people involved at the time, and it included Hoot Gibson, Rocky Evans, Ken Coleman, and Gary Dupree. Is there anybody else that I should mention?
Charlie Kinlan.
Charlie Kinlan.